First and foremost, we're with Jeff Mayweather, man, the legendary Team Combat League. Jeff, I mean, I got to be honest, for boxing aficionados, the team concept is nothing new, but this is done a little different. And of course, for casuals, you're now asking them, or the team, the team league is asking them to now rethink how they look at boxing. Do you think this is going to be an easy sell to the public now going into the second season?
Well, I think that it has its own lane because one thing about it that every round I think will be fresh because you have a fresh opponent fighting a fresh opponent. And basically I think that it's kind of like the YouTubers. They like once they first started, everybody thought it was a joke. And then it became successful and now it's here to stay. And this will be here to stay for I think that this will be here to stay too, because I mean, boxing as a team, that's something that's different and unique. And I think that, like I said, and I think the best part of it is that you're not going to have one round where a guy has been beaten and to the point of being stopped or beaten to the point of just giving up, as opposed to at least you're going to have a guy that's a fresh guy against a fresh guy. So you're going to get two guys that are in there that, you know, should be ready to give their best.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you prep a fighter for one round? I mean, it's different, right? I mean, how do you prepare for ring generalmanship, defense over a straight offensive package? Like, how do you prepare for this?
Well, I mean, the one thing is this is that in no matter what level of boxing you're in, it's about scoring points.
Right.
And so basically, I think that probably one of the most important parts of of that is you got to have a good jab because your jab sets up everything. And I think if you have a good jab, you have a chance. And there's fighters that actually that out of that way. Their first round they come out like a beast, and after that they're done. So you got to look for guys like that. Guys that are front runners. You know, because I mean, but still you need to have guys that are smart enough to realize that the boxing system, and when you're scoring points, you're just scoring points, but you gotta like you said, you gotta have ring generalship, you gotta have a few different things, also to win around. And I mean, but that's the best part of it is that, is you maybe even if you lose a round, hopefully your teammate can make up for that round that you lost. So I think that is very intriguing, and I think that is great to watch. Um, a person you having two people in the ring that are fresh every single round, so you're going to get the best of everyone every single round.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
think that I think that is here to stay.
Okay. Um, do you feel that with that being stated in terms of the freshness in the first rounds, fighters are coming in or preparing to come in and give it their all because they know they don't have to go through a long, arduous battle for 10, 8, or 12 rounds?
Right. No, I mean, and that's the thing is that you can give everything you got in that one round. And some guys are better than fighters that have experience in
Mm,
one round. So I mean, just because a guy is better doesn't mean that he's gonna win. Not gonna win that round. So I mean, it kind of evens out the level, the playing field. It kind of evens that out. Even if you can have a guy, because I have a young fighter that's um he fights when he's in the ring. I mean, his first round is like he's a killer.
Mm,
But don't get me wrong. I mean, because I always do tell him, I said that when you get started, I said, let this guy know that you ain't here to play. And right now he's 6-0 with 6 knockouts. And basically that's one thing that he does. He starts out extremely fast and get the show started and let him know that I'm the boss because he starts so fast and later on down the road, I mean, that works for you.
absolutely. We know you always got a lot going on. You're in demand as a coach. What made you want to do this, knowing the time commitment, the amount of people you're going to have possibly in a camp? What made you want to get involved with this?
Well, um, I was kind of asked by Dewey, and me and Dewey I mean, we're close as can be. I used to train him, and and he was very grateful for me. And basically, he decided that that he can't be the coach no more. That why not why not give it to someone that I know that was a part of my career and that helped me get to where I was. And so he asked me, and it was an honor to me. It was definitely an honor to me for him to even ask me because I mean he could have asked anyone.
Absolutely. When does camp start, and is everybody in camp at the same time?
Um, yeah, the camp starts in March, but we're gonna have tryouts next week.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we'll be getting a team together probably next week, and
Damn.
then after that, then that's when we'll start training, getting ready.
I know a big talking point for Team Combat League is gender equality. Does that also include the training, or men and women training together? How equal are we in terms of this?
Well, I mean, this is my first year doing this, so I'm still gonna need help from David and help from Dewey to kind of like guide how they used to do it, how they did it. So I'm not stepping in and trying to do and change the platform or anything like that. I'm trying to step in my lane and do what I'm supposed to do.
Absolutely, for sure. City Pride. I mean, Las Vegas Hustlers. We know they went kind of middle of the road in terms of last season. How big is this? Do you have a chip on your shoulder for the West Coast, who they lost that East-West battle, and then now you be in Vegas and they didn't make it to like the top three? How big of a chip on your shoulder is there for you to represent Vegas in this way?
Well, I mean, I I think that um to me, like I said, it's an honor. It's an honor to me, and of course, I want to represent Vegas in the best way, and I want Vegas to actually come out the
Mm,
winner this time.
Facts.
So I mean, I'm going to be working diligently with these guys and trying my best to to win.
Absolutely. Um, Last question, coaches. I mean, we're talking Barry Hunter, Austin Trout now down in Texas. Do you guys talk? Do you guys have a little competitive rivalries? I mean, is anything going on with that as well in terms of
Um,
pride on the line?
what's funny is that just the two guys that you mentioned. I mean, they're very they're great guys. They're nice. They're very nice guys. So I would have to create a rival. I have to create. I would have to create that to even make it that way. But no, I think that I know Barry real well, and I know Austin, and I think that it's just as the I think it's just most important that we're gonna just try. Even though we're gonna do some trash talking. We got to do that
Right.
because I mean we're fighting them. So we go do some trash talking, but I think it's gonna be friendly.
Okay. And one more question: what are you looking for during these tryouts? What is your ideal team member look like in terms of fighters? Are they fast, explosive?
Um,
What are you looking for?
well, I'm kind of looking for, I want to say front runners, but not necessarily because I also want somebody in there with wisdom that know what they're doing and know, what it takes to win around,
Right.
but the thing is this, is that when you're having tryouts, you know, I mean, you have to actually look at the tryout and you just, even if you have somebody that's good and you know that they're good, but if they get in there with that person
Mm-hmm.
and that person beat them in that one round, I mean that person might steal your place. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean that's just fair to me. That's fair when you're doing a tryout that, you know, not necessarily just because of who you are and your name or whatever. If you get beat by the person that you're in there with, your slot might be gone.
Man.
I mean, and that's fair that seems fair to me. It doesn't seem that anyone should be automatically a part of the team.
Right. Big facts. One more. I know it's the last, but I lied. Team Combat League is
That's okay.
revolutionizing boxing. Does boxing need a revolution, Jeff?
Um, well, I mean, I think that boxing's been around forever, and one thing about boxing is I don't think boxing ever is going to go anywhere. But I think that these new little like exhibition fights and all these things it's making so many different ways to make money doing it. So I think that, this is just another avenue. And I think that it's a great avenue because like I said, I mean, if you're sitting there watching this, you're entertained every round, because you got a person that's going against another person every round and they're fresh.
Mm.
As opposed to, like I said, when you're in there with you watching a fight, just a regular fight, and the guy's going 10 rounds. I mean, once the guy get hurt, one time, sometimes when the guy get hurt, the fight's gonna be over, or the fighter's not gonna fight 100%. He's not gonna give you 100% anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the part that I think that I like the most is that you got two fresh guys every round. So I think that's entertaining.
Absolutely. Good stuff, man. Can't wait to see it. I love what's going on. It's great that the fighters are getting new opportunities, and we can't wait to see this happen. Jeff, thanks for your time, my brother. We appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you.
That was Jeff Mayweather. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Rhett with that pretty left hook. We just hit you in your goddamn liver. Team Combat League. Team sports and boxing? I don't know, man. I'm not saying I'm not convinced. I'm just happy that fighters are getting more bread. And Jeff said some real shit. There's more paper on the line. If y'all can see some YouTubers, then you need to start getting familiar probably with team sports and boxing. You feel me? Peace, man. Shit.
Hey, yo.